KnowPlanet presents 10 things that you didn't know the purpose of. When people first started developing tools to make life easier, every single little detail of an object had a specific purpose. Nothing they did was by accident or simply just like that. Everything was very intentional. In our daily lives, there are so many objects with number of features that you probably never even noticed and don't even know what are they really used for and if they really need it. In this video, we bring to you 10 things that you didn't know the purpose of. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel, The KnowPlanet. Number 10. The beanie pom-pom. How many of us thought that the pom-pom dangling from the end of your beanie is simply there for added fashion? Originally, French Marines used to wear them for protection against the low ceiling of ship cabins. The pom-pom would let sailors gauge the height of a cabin so they wouldn't hit their head, or it would warn them of something overhead. And also, the bonus is, it would protect their head in the event that they did actually get hit with something. Number 9. The extra piece of fabric that comes with new clothes. When you buy new clothes, you would have noticed a tiny Ziploc baggie containing a button and about 1 square inch of matching fabric. A button is an easy guess. In case one falls off, you just replace it. But what about the fabric? Contrary to what is vastly being said, it is not to use as a patch in case you get a small hole. The real purpose of the fabric is for you to test it out with your detergents to make sure they won't ruin the material. Number 8. Hole in pen cap. As a child, we are sure that you would have observed a hole in a pen cap. Well, there has been strange theory around the ink to keep flowing, but the actual reason is not that. The real reason could save lives. The hole is to lower the risk of suffocation, especially of small children. If a small kid chokes with the cap, they could still breathe air into their lungs. The hole keeps the airway from closing up completely. Number 7. Notebook margins. Margins were not meant to provide you with the space for note-taking. The truth is that earlier on in history, rats were a common resident in many people's homes, and one of their favorite snacks was your paper, in addition to everything else they could munch on. In order to protect the important work, wide margins were then applied by manufacturers. Number 6. The hole in the pot and handles. Pots and pans these days have handles at the end of them. It seems pretty straightforward that these holes are there so you can hang your pots and pans when you store them. On the other hand, the true purpose of the hole there is to hold the handle of the most stirring spoons. So next time you need to set down a messy cooking spoon, you'll know exactly where to look. Number 5. The weird hole in the pasta scoops. Notice the weird hole on the middle of the pasta scoop? One might imagine that this hole's main purpose is to strain the water when ladling out pasta. But there's more to it than that. The hole actually fits the size of exactly 1 serving of spaghetti, so that when you're making your meal, you can accurately measure it. Number 4. The small black hole between the lens and the flash on an iPhone. The tiny hole next to the camera has puzzled many iPhone users. But it's nothing more than a microphone. While there is a microphone where you would expect one when talking on the phone, this one is for capturing audio while using the back camera. It serves the purpose of providing superior sound quality by eliminating background noise and also takes better sound when recording video in a crowded place like a concert. Number 3. Necks on beer and soda bottles. Now, who is not familiar with the beer bottle? But have you ever wondered on why the beer bottle's neck is so long and is designed that way? Well, as it turns out, the bottleneck shape is intentionally designed to encourage a person to hold their beer at the top of the bottle, where their body heat won't warm up the rest of their beer before they can finish it. Number 2. Arrow on your gas pump indicator light. This will be useful when you are driving an unfamiliar vehicle. Our cars have been showing us which side the tank is on for decades. If you pay closer attention to the gas indicator light in your vehicle, you might notice that there is an arrow next to the pump. That arrow is indicating to you which side your fuel tank cap sits on, which will save you from embarrassingly pulling up on the wrong side. Number 1. Tiny holes in a plane. If you are a frequent traveler, chances are you have noticed the tiny hole in the airplane window. These holes are actually called bleed holes and it serves two purposes. The first reason is to compensate for air pressure. When the plane climbs to cruising altitude, there's a huge air pressure difference between the inside and outside of the plane. The hole is there to regulate and equalize the air pressure. The other reason is that it prevents the windows from fogging up with all the warm breath of the passengers. How did you like this video? We really hope you enjoyed this and please do subscribe to our channel, The KnowPlanet.